Hey Patricia, it's Kim Salgado with Southern New Hampshire University. We are finding that a lot of faculty are confused about the requirements for where to put the grading feedback, so I thought I'd make you this quick video to show you. It says in our faculty fundamental requirements that we want you to put feedback within the rubric specific to the element, the critical element that the student is supposed to be meeting or exceeding or showing proficient. We want them to master that, and we want to see the feedback from you in there to help them improve or to tell them they did a great job. I'm in your class, as you can see. The first thing I'm going to do is actually pull up your week 1 discussion board, because I noticed that you're not giving feedback in the rubrics in your discussion boards either. So I'm going to scroll down. See, this is your class here. I'm going to go to Kendra first because she's on the list and she made an A. And then I'll go to someone who didn't make an A. So as you can see here, you have not put any feedback in the rubric. When I scroll down, you do have feedback in the actual grading general feedback area. And this looks good, but what we want you to do is we want you to put feedback in the rubric where it actually corresponds to the element, like comprehension, timeliness, engagement, writing for discussion boards. And how you do that is you click on this feedback button here, and then you type in this box here, and I'll just put a little test so you can see how to do it. And then you actually click done. And then before this will save, you actually have to scroll all the way down. And if you are not maximized in this window, you have to maximize this window before the publish button will show up. So I've maximized the window. I'm scrolling all the way down. I'm going to have to pull my screen down so you can see it. See the update button here? I'm going to go ahead and press it so you can see that it actually will show up. You can actually grade these too from just the drop-down grade book. You can go into the sections. I didn't know if you knew that, but you can actually now, just click on the assignment and go straight to the rubric for the discussion boards if you want to do that way. So I'm going to grab another one for you. See, as you can see here, still no feedback in the rubric, and that's where what needs to change is we need to put feedback here. This is the first thing that the students see, so you could put a little note, "Hi Chris, thank you so much for your discussion board initial posts and responses this week. See the rubric for my feedback." That's what you could put here. Or if you wanted to put an overall summary here like you've been doing, that's fine as well. But we need the specifics for the elements, especially on final projects. You can actually grade this too, all in one swoop. You can see where the student did their initial post and their 2 response posts here. So I'm going to click out of this one, and I'm going to scroll down and over towards your project, your 241 project 1. So you can do this again the same way. If you want to just grade from the grade book, you could pick one of these. I'm going to pick this one just because the student didn't submit anything. I just want to see if you sent them a little note here in the box. Another thing that faculty have been doing, I see there's no note here, is those students who do not submit, when I'm putting in the 0 the following Monday after the submission deadline has gone by, I'm putting a note here, and I'm just basically saying, you know, Sarah, I missed your 241 Project 1 assignment this week. You still have until Sunday midnight to turn this in with a 10% late penalty. That way your outreach is being done in a general feedback area. This pings them if they have the permission set up. This will ping them and they'll go in and they'll see this and they'll read this and they'll know, okay, I still have a week to submit. And then maybe they'll reach out to you with questions and other things like that. So I'm going to click out of this real quick and go back to another one that you did grade. Let's go to Angelia's assignment here. I'm going to scroll down. You say good job on your project 1 assignment. You provided some larger questions that a social scientist would ask. Okay, it looks pretty in depth. Let's see what you put in the rubric for her. Okay, so I see there's no feedback in the rubric. So what we want you to do is we want you to put feedback, especially where she lost points, which actually you did here. How do ads 1 and 2 compare to pizza and Land Rover ads? Okay, so you're asking her a question. Is your question going to help her to is it going to help her to think about what she needs to fix for the next project checkpoint? Is this what you were looking for specifically for her to get proficient or exemplary on this? Just make sure that your feedback here is relevant to what she needs to fix moving forward so she learns from it for sure. And you only give feedback here. I see that you are giving feedback in the comments box, and that's great, but we want to see it here. And this is something we've been training and coaching on now for almost a year since we moved over to Brightspace. So this is where the feedback needs to go. And in an assignment like this, it looks like you know how to do the feedback here by clicking on the pencil. And then you'll have to, again, go down to the bottom of the page and hit save and record to save this. I'm going to cancel it right now, though, because I don't want to save anything. But we just wanted to show you exactly how we want to see the feedback and where. So what you're doing now is not horrible. You know, we're at least seeing some feedback from you, and I'm very grateful for that. But I want you to make sure that when you give feedback, and I know you're going to start giving it in the rubric, that you make sure that the feedback is exactly about the student's work. See here, on this rubric, on this student, you gave 0 feedback at all on the rubric. So this person lost points on the compare and contrast section. It looks like they did incredible on everything else. So my question to you is, if they did perfect in all these other areas, when they go to the next submission and next checkpoint, if they feel like they've done a great job here and they don't need to improve on anything, will they do anything more? So make sure you're giving them some good criteria. You're looking at their work. You're making sure that you're giving them feedback on the actual assignment that they turned in, and just give them a little bit more in the feedback rubric area. Good job on your project 1 assignment. You provided some larger questions in social scientists would have, however, some information needed further elaboration or clarification. Okay, so how does the student know from this where in their paper or their assignment that they need further elaboration or clarification? For example, your observations notated how the advertisements compared to each other were overly generalized. For example, how does the vodka ad compare to the other ads with regard to the actors or the use of sexism to sell a product? This is good, but it needs to be in the rubric. and it needs to be under the critical element where you want to see improvement. This actually helps the students connect the dots between the assignment guidelines, the critical elements, and your feedback. It's a way for the student to learn what was missing or wrong or needs improvement upon before they do their next final project. I hope this has helped you. I hope you understand what I'm asking of you. If you don't, please reach out to me, and we can set up a one-on-one meeting, and I can show you or send you some examples as well from other faculty who teach this class and what they're doing as far as their feedback goes in the rubric. But anyway, thanks so much for your time, and reach out to me if you have any questions. Appreciate it. Bye-bye.